Hi friends, Yari here with Third Eye Yari, and I'm a fun and safe psychic medium who helps people awaken. We're gonna do a regular reading today, no theme. So we're just gonna see what comes up, what spirit wants us to know. We're gonna close it with some tea leaf, like I always like to do. Okay. Very good. So let's see. And this is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. The Dream Walker. Oh, and I love it. It's number 8. And we are just starting the Lionsgate portal. And she definitely looks like she's going through a portal, the Dream Walker. So it's just perfect. It's just perfect because this is a portal that we need to go through to, to manifest our dreams. The Lionsgate, it's incredibly powerful always. But this year is like on steroids. It really is, because of everything that's been happening spiritually and astrologically. It's just on steroid. Plus that this year is year number 7. So anyhow, if you haven't seen my video for the explaining the Lionsgate for this year, please take a listen, because it's gonna be important to have that awareness to take advantage of the energy. So this is perfect. The Dream Walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. Yes, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. And it's number 8, which is all about the Lionsgate and the Strength card and Leo, which is Leo season. I mean, it's just, I couldn't come up with a perfect card for that. So that's what we're talking about, the Lionsgate and everything that we can achieve. Well, I think. Let's see. And this is Enchanted Map. Enchanted Map. That's the energy that I feel. So let's see what the reading has to, the rest of the reading has to say. Mountain, and again, it sure looks like a lion with its mouth open. So yeah, it's almost, yeah, and it's on number 6, which is love. But it's part of the 16 of the 8-8, which is 16, and the 16 days of the Lionsgate. And if look how highlighted is that mountain, that it sure looks like a lion to me. Yeah, the more I look at it, it looks like a man, and then it looks like a lion, and it looks like a man, and then it looks like a lion. It's interesting. So we can highlight love, and if you want love, that's perfectly fine. But we need to highlight love for ourselves and that empowerment. And from that, when you open your heart chakra and you use that strength, you use that empowerment, that loving yourself, that respecting yourself, that putting up healthy boundaries around you, that generates an incredible amount of power, of energy, then you can manifest everything else, including romantic love, if that's what you want to manifest, because there's no way that we can manifest the kind of love that we want to manifest for ourselves if we don't love ourselves in that way first, right? So if you don't put yourself first as a priority, nobody else is. If you don't put yourself first as, if you treat yourself as a choice, if you put everybody else's needs and wants before yours, that's how everybody else is going to treat you. So I think to harness all the power and all the energy of this time and forever, not just this time, but especially at this time, we need to focus on that self-love. Okay? Beautiful. And then this is the Spirit Animal Oracle. I'm loving this. If a lion comes out, I'm going to freak out. It's probably not, because I already said it. I don't think I've ever seen a lion here in this. I really can't remember ever seeing a lion here. So probably a lion cannot come up because it doesn't exist. Let's see. Lizard Spirit. Oh, but it's beautiful. It's number 38. Dream the world into being. The Dream Walker. Dream the world into being. Yes. Everything that we can manifest, first we have to see it. Anything that has ever in the history of humanity manifested, come to life, it has come from somebody's dream, from somebody's vision. So that's the first thing, visualizing. So you need to dream the world into being. If you can dream it, you can make it happen. Beautiful. So dream big. Dream big. And it's number 38, which of course the 8, we already talked about it. But the 3 is that collective energy. First of all, it's also that Empress energy, which is all about femininity, which is all about creativity, which is all about creating. She's pregnant, right? Creating something into being. So this to me is all about the Lion's Gate and how much we can create the world, the life that we want for ourselves. And this is the Good Tarot. Oh, I didn't turn on my timer. I'm not going to start all over because this is a beautiful, beautiful reading. All right. All right. So for the current energy, that's interesting because we have the Page of Air, and the Page of Air is the Page of of Swords. So it's something about thoughts, right? Thoughts and what we say. Let me see what he wants to say. It's like a new idea, but it's something that you've already been thinking about. It's almost like either this is an old idea that's like an oxymoron. It's a new idea, but it's an old idea because it's in the reverse. So it's telling me that it's either an old idea or an idea that you want to kind of discard. You know, that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. But then we go to the King of Water. So this is the King of Cups, and this is all about love. It's compassion, and you know, it's somebody that the King of Water is somebody that has a maturity about their emotions. It's not somebody that it's somebody that loves intensely, but in a very mature way, which doesn't take away from the passion. It's just not, it's very well balanced. Okay? It's not clingy, it's not demanding, it's loving with everything, but with freedom. Okay? It's a maturity, it's a mature kind of love. So there's something about you having this, maybe that's what you want to manifest, and you've been wanting to manifest this for a long time, and this is what it's saying, that's where you're coming from, something that you've been wanting to manifest in the past, and now you have that clarity on which kind of love, that you just don't want any kind of love, you want this kind of love. You're tired of the games, you're not a teenager anymore, you're in a time of your life that you want something that is more stable, that is still very passionate but stable, that is not demanding, that is not clingy, that is not somebody that's gonna guilt you, that's gonna play any kind of mind games. This is something stable but incredibly passionate. Okay? And then we have the Messenger of Water, which is the Knight of Water. So it's interesting that we have the thought, but then we have all the love here, and this is where we're going for. And look how she is looking at the little seahorse, which doesn't mean that this person is going to give you something small. I don't think the size here has anything to do with anything. It's not that it's gonna be a small person. It's not gonna be somebody that thinks of themselves small. But I feel that there's two. First, it can be any gender, but also seahorses are the only ones that are male and female at the same time. So it's somebody that is gonna give you everything. It's not somebody that's going to be, okay, I'm the man and you're the woman, this is your chores and these are my chores. Okay, it's that maturity that we're talking about, and not only in love but in life in general. That's a beautiful energy. Okay, so what's the unexpected? It's a Two of Fire. It's a Two of Wands. Twos are always about choices. And it's passionate choice. We've been talking about passion here. It's a passionate choice. So maybe look, that giraffe has a very high point of view, right? So you have like a high up perspective. And we were talking about clarity here. So all of a sudden you have some kind of clarity on what you're looking at, okay? And you see much more clearer either two different paths or two different people or two different businesses, whatever it is that you're trying to choose. All of a sudden you see them very clearly, and so you're going to be able to choose which way you want to go. And then we go to the Six of Air. The Six of Air is the Six of Swords, okay? And that is some kind of trouble. That is some kind of not trouble in the sense that something bad is going to happen. It's the trouble of that sometimes it's not a smooth sailing, you know? So you see, there's a lot of air blowing in that ship and on the sails of the ship. And of course, you need that for movement, but that also make it a rocky ride, right? And that's just the way life is. So even though that might surprise you, even though that you have this incredible clarity of which path you want to take, you're going to find some stuff along the way, some bumps on the road. Sometimes there's going to be a storm that is going to hit you unexpectedly, and, you know, or, you know, so there's going to be some things along the way that may surprise you, which does not mean that you're not going to be successful. That doesn't mean that you didn't choose the right path, because all of a sudden you can see very clearly. And I think that's what this reading here is telling us, that when we dream what we want, when we put ourselves first and we capture really our sentiment, okay? First ourselves. Then we're gonna see so much more clear what is what we want. And we already said that, you know, that this King of Water, and if you're not looking for love, you're still gonna want in whatever situation that you're trying to get, some kind of maturity and stability, okay? And then we end up with the Seven of Air. There's a lot of air in this reading, water and air. That's the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So the Seven of Swords talk to us about confusion. It talks to us about doing things in a different way. So I think you already made that choice because you and you're going to have some trouble talking, but you're going to be able to power through that. So because now we see everything so clearly, and even though there's going to be some you know, bumpy ride, you're going to find yourself in a way of, you're going to find yourself doing things in a different way, is what I'm trying to say, which is going to be very good for you. All right. What is what you need to hear? Okay, we have the Hangman in the reverse. So the Hangman in the reverse means that it's the time for contemplation is finished. You know what you need to do. You have been enlightened. The Hangman always has his head is like lighted up, right? Because he's been enlightened. Because he's been hanging upside down with his feet tied up and his hands tied up behind his back. So when we put him in the reverse, he can't just walk out from that position. So it's time to stop pondering. It's time to stop thinking about things. Just do it. It's about action. It's about movement. It's about now is the time to go ahead and do whatever you want to do. And then we go for more water. We go to the Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is an offering. And if it's not an offering of love, is an offering of something that is very close to our hearts. So it's really important. Okay. So if it's not a romantic relationship, what we're talking about, if it's a job that you really wanted, or an opportunity to grow your business, or is finally getting together with a friend that you haven't seen or that you had some beef with, and all of a sudden you can talk about it and you can clear the air. So it's a love offering that is very close to your heart and that you're going to appreciate. And then we go to the Empress. And we talked about the Empress at the very beginning, when we talked about the lizard spirit, because it was number 38. So again, we have the Empress here, and we're saying that it's time to move. And the universe, this love offer may very well come from the universe. You know, when we decide to dream big, when we decide that we are the priority and we start moving because we are ready, the universe is going to have our back. And we're going to be in a moment of harvest. See how she has the wheat on her hands. And it's time for giving birth to that project, giving birth to that child, if that's what you want. But you're going to be in that creative, motherly, open energy of the Empress, of creating, of giving birth, of moving forward with your business or with whatever project you have. And then this is everything positive, so no matter what. And we have the Four of Earth in the reverse. And the Four of Earth is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. That energy is of holding on. So when it's in the reverse, it's like you're gonna let go. You're gonna let go of things that no longer serve you. And that is always a good thing. That is always a good thing. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, this is the guy that's sitting down, that's like hugging the coins, right? And when you're looking for prosperity, for example, financial prosperity, you have to be generous. And the universe is going to be generous back with you. The more you hug your money, the less it's going to flow to you. Okay? And that does not mean give what you can't. Okay? You have to pay your rent and feed your family and pay the bills. And, you know, whatever you have left over, even if it's a cent, you share that. Or you share your time, or you share your love, or you share your talents, whatever it is. But you have to be in a generous mood for the energy to be generous back to you. So that's a very good energy. We're letting go of things that no longer serve. We're not in that hugging everything that we have for fear of losing it, or for fear that it's not going to come back to us if we let go a little bit, right? So that's a great energy. And then we go back to the call. This is the Judgment card. It's card number 20. Yeah, and Judgment, it's about past and future coming together, is reviewing your actions and your decisions. It's never late to change for the better. It's resurrection. It's eternal. So all of that. we are definitely with this energy reinventing ourselves, especially when we decide that it's time to put ourselves as a priority, which again doesn't mean going on top of anybody, but you have to love yourself by putting yourself as a priority and by establishing boundaries that are going to protect you. Okay? And that is all about reinventing ourselves. And then we have the moon in reverse. And the moon is about things hidden, it's about things not being clear. And we've been talking about having this clarity about the choices that we want to make for bringing in whatever we want to manifest during this time of the year. This is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna get some tea leaf for you to close this reading, but I like it. Ooh, of course it fell off. Goodness. Well, I'm gonna take them all. I need to grab that card from the floor. These cards want to talk. There's so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're gonna get a couple more from the... They are just jumping out. Okay. All right, so the card that fell onto the floor, it says Valley. Deep personal strength and peace that assure success. And that's exactly what we've been talking about. When we get clear and when we draw that strength from ourselves to love ourselves and to put ourselves as a priority, we have assured success. There you go. Cannot make it out. Throne, position of authority. Position of authority. And that's where you're going to put yourself in a throne, because you're a queen, you're a king. That's who you are, which doesn't mean that you're going to turn into an entitled person, a bossy person. No. But it's treating yourself as if you, like you would treat anybody else that's important to you, right? That's the way you're going to treat yourself. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah, we're going to let go of everything that doesn't serve us anymore. We're going to be generous with ourselves and with others, and then the universe is going to be generous back to us. November. So we're going to see some important changes in November. Maybe whatever you're trying to manifest is going to, you're going to really see it in November. It's going to come to fruition in November. Something about November is going to be important. Bird flying. News is on the way. News is on the way. Somebody's going to tell you something. We have a couple of pages here, right? Somebody's going to tell us something, because we said that we're going to have an offering. We were going to have an offering. So somebody is going to say something that is going to be very important. And then we have basket, recognition, forward, reward for merit. Yeah, basket, that's all about abundance, right? And you're going to be rewarded for your hard work. And that doesn't mean burn both sides of the candle, right? It means put effort into loving yourself, putting yourself first, into letting go of things that you no longer need, and then moving forward with your dreams. Because we already know enough, we already thought about it enough, it's time for action. Ha! Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. You cannot make this stuff up. So there you go. Beautiful reading for a beautiful time of the year. You really need to harness the best you can the energy of the Lion Gate. Listen to that video. It's not very long. I think it's like 9 or 10 minutes. I can't remember. But I tell you very specifically what to do and how to do it and what it all means. So go ahead and have a listen to that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.